Anybody who's body shaming in the name of health is a faker, phony, malarkey, BS. So here's the thing. Hey guys, I'm back. For today's video, I'm doing a bunch of different rants and opinions on the things y'all sent me. So, by the way, check my nails, okay? Cute little chrome. These are press-ons, by the way. Press-ons are the way to go. Like, if you don't want to spend money on your nails, don't. If you do, you know? But yeah, on my Instagram, I asked y'all to send me, like, topics to rant about. I'm just gonna say, like, I got way more responses than I anticipated. And not only that, but a lot of people sent more than one topic in one response. So I have like 50 to 60 responses total. So I think this is gonna be like rant part 1, rant part 2. You know what I mean? So, that's good. I got moles, y'all. In other news, I had 2 hours of sleep last night because yesterday was my birthday. I went to my friend's apartment to hang out because like that's just literally what we do, and we never know when to say goodbye. So now I'm paying for it, but it's okay because I don't regret it like one bit. This is so good. Okay, so what should we start off with? Your experience at a PWI in the South. Y'all, okay, I'm gonna say this much, and I'm gonna keep it real cute. Maybe I feel the blackest I've ever felt being at a PWI, and I feel like you honestly can't even understand that sentence unless you're a black person going to a PWI. My very first semester here, I was like considering transferring to an HBCU. My dance program was so good, but it's like that almost wasn't even enough for me. Like, I loved my friends, I love what I was doing, but because I didn't have that connection to my community, y'all, I wanted to transfer. I did a lot of code switching, which made me really uncomfortable. There was always so much that I felt like I couldn't say. I only had like a few friends, which is funny because the friend that sent me this is one of the few friends that I felt like I could be my real self around. That's cute. Another topic that I was sent, it said how plus size is considered beautiful until you don't have boobs, butt, or curves in the right places. Y'all, I've thought about this so many times because people cherry pick what kind of plus size women that they want to think are beautiful. And I think it's so interesting how, one, I hate the fact that we even had to like quote unquote normalize beauty on plus size women because everybody has always been beautiful no matter their body, no matter what. Like, I don't understand how it can occur in someone's brain that beauty has a size ever, because beauty is just like beauty. Like, who is inventing this? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But now what we're seeing is the plus size women that are being represented are the ones that are curvier. So maybe they're plus size, but they have a smaller waist, they have bigger boobs, they have a bigger butt, they're more hourglass shaped. And that's valid. That is their body, okay? And it deserves to be seen. But people will always choose the palatable version of the thing that everybody didn't like before. They pick the most palatable version, and I'm like, that's really annoying because I don't care what these people find palatable. People need to be represented. I don't give two hecks. Going off of that, how we assume people's health based on people's size, which is also BS. Health does not look one way. Anybody who's body shaming in the name of health is a faker, phony, malarkey, BS. Y'all don't actually care about health. Y'all are fat phobic. And tell me, like, argue with somebody else. I know you're not about health. There are plenty of people who are considered skinny and are not healthy. The same boys, the same men, and I'm saying boys and men because I see a lot of body shaming coming from their direction, even though it comes from everyone. We're all accountable. Oh my gosh, I'm burping so much. The same men that will body shame women are the same men who chug tequila every single weekend. You don't care about health is what I'm trying to say. You're fat phobic. Admit it. Admit it to us and move on. Rant about what non-dancers say to you and expect from you. I'm not gonna sit here and say I hate all non-dancers because I don't, but y'all say the craziest stuff. Stop talking to artists crazy. Stop talking to artistic people crazy just because you don't understand. How do you consume art every day and still not respect artists? Every single person on this earth consumes art every single day, but don't see art in any form as a legitimate career. When I would tell people, oh, I'm a double major in dance and marketing, and they'd be like, oh, so the dance one is like the fun major and the marketing is like serious. And I was like, no, I'm actually very serious and very passionate about both. Funny of you to assume that an arts major would just be like fun and frilly and hee hee ha ha. My dance major was one of the hardest things I've ever done. Oh my gosh. The mental strength you have to be in any arts major. It's like if you're not a strong person, you won't make it, because every single day you're being questioned about everything, about your choices, about who you are as an artist, about what you're putting out. Like a lot of late nights, a lot of late rehearsals, a lot of time given up, a lot of critical thinking, papers, dance theory. Like there's just so much. I feel like I have to make us seem like we're valid as artists, because we are, whether y'all get that or not. But I just like, y'all are making me real tired. Like, just start respecting artists. It's just very easy. It's free to respect artists. It's also free to mind your business and stop commenting on people's bodies. Okay, this one is kind of a funny one. Foods that should be eradicated and why. Black olives, green olives. Disgusting. Olives taste like a metal, and if you say anything else other than that, you're disgusting and you're nasty, and you like the taste of pennies. You probably put pennies in your mouth. You probably put money in your mouth, because I'm telling you, an olive tastes exactly like a penny. And before we sit here and try to say, nobody better call me a picky eater, because I'm not. I eat pretty much anything. All the foods that are considered acquired taste, I usually like them. So, white people who pretend to be about BLM but really aren't. Y'all, this is a good one, because I'm telling you, there are so many of y'all out here who did it because you didn't want to be criticized and you didn't want people to come after you. And I can't say that I understand that. You guys prioritize your feelings. And when I say you guys, I'm talking about the people who pretend to care about social issues that really don't. You prioritize your feelings over the actual cause. There were so many people who, during like the peak of the Black Lives Matter movement, they posted their little black screen on Blackout Tuesday. And after that, it was bikini pic, brunch, hee hee ha ha. This is a long lasting thing. This is not just gonna go away. So it's gonna be intertwined with my normal posting. This is a part of life. But I'm talking about people who dead ignored that it existed. Like, there were some people who said one thing and then like that was it. And a lot of people want to argue and say, well, just because they're not posting on social media doesn't mean that they don't care about the movement. I don't want to hear that. Like, you're posting the things that you care about. You're showing us what you care about. I don't care. A lot of people, so I don't want to say you can judge everybody based off their social media, but you can tell a lot about what people care about based on what they post. I don't care that you went to brunch. I care that Breonna Taylor's murderers are still loose. Another one, seafood. So I think this is kind of funny because I just started eating seafood. So I think I told you guys a while back, I didn't eat seafood for religious reasons. Also, I don't eat pork for religious reasons. I'll probably never eat pork because it's just like kind of disgusting to me. Recently, I kind of realized that like, I felt like my reason for not eating it was just because I just hadn't eaten it. Like, I felt like the reason changed. So y'all, I tried it and y'all, it's good. I be tearing up some shrimp now. Whew. Fast fashion. Fast fashion has been getting a lot of coverage on social media about how important it is to like stop supporting brands who like do fast fashion. And honestly, like, can we please yes, let's stop supporting fast fashion. I know sometimes it's hard. How about like start very small. Stop buying from Romway. Stop buying from Shein. Stop buying from Zaful. A shirt, really, that's not secondhand should not be $6. And when you think about it, if clothing is really cheap, you have to realize that on the other end, someone's not getting paid enough money. I personally am trying to stop supporting fast fashion. For me, my solution is go to the thrift store. I buy most things from the thrift store anyway. The things that I catch myself not getting from the thrift store is jeans, just because my body's set up kind of different. My body different. These jeans, oh my gosh, while I'm talking about jeans, these jeans I have on right now from the thrift store, they were 50 cents. Amazon. I hate Jeff Bezos. Like, basically how I feel about Jeff Bezos, I want everybody to have a good day but him. And all the other billionaires, honestly, because no one should have $1 billion. And this is the argument people always give.
They work for it.
No, they didn't. If you have $1 billion, it's because at some point you exploited a group of people. You probably didn't allow them to unionize, and you're hoarding the money that they're making for you. No one person makes $1 billion on their own. People say they donate. Jeff Bezos donates this much of his income. People say millions of dollars. $1 million don't mean nothing to a billionaire. It's literally this much. So when they're donating, people are saying, oh, they're donating so much. It's because it's no sweat off their back. It's not a real sacrifice. F Jeff Bezos. Diet culture. I got into this on my Instagram story. I hate diet culture. I hate fad dieting. It's getting to the point where people are being convinced that they have to start eliminating certain food groups out of their diet. And now, I'm not talking about veganism, because even though I'm not vegan, there are ethical reasons that vegan people eliminate certain food groups out of their diet. I'm talking about a completely different issue, but I wanted to go ahead and put that disclaimer out there. I'm not talking about veganism. I would love to be completely vegan one day for ethical reasons. However, on the other side that has nothing to do with that, for example, this is what I got into in my story. At some point, I don't know when, but sugar became the devil and carbs became the devil, and everybody was like, keto diet, like blah, 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 saturated fat, go into ketosis. You need sugar to live. We're not saying go and eat a bunch of processed sugars. Like, that's not what people are saying when they say you need sugar. Also, if you eat a processed sugar, that's okay. I don't believe in food shaming. There are people who won't even eat fruit. I have heard people say like,
I just can't have fruit, it's just so much sugar.
Unless you have a condition where you have to watch your sugar, like if you're diabetic, or if you have any condition where you need to watch your sugar, that's understandable if you limit the intake of your fruit, because maybe it's life or death for you. I'm talking about the average Joe Schmo who has no condition, who is now convinced by fad dieting that he can't have a fruit salad because it's got sugar in it. People who are diehard keto, y'all really creep me out. Nothing against you, you know, but y'all really do scare me sometimes. I don't think a lot of y'all realize how much y'all are like triggering people with eating disorders with diet culture and how much it's in the media. Like, I can't imagine how triggered they are when they see these things like, you shouldn't eat this, you shouldn't eat this, you shouldn't eat that. Everything is not just always about us personally. Think about who you're affecting. Okay. Disney Channel shows now. So this is interesting for me because I grew up on like That's So Raven, Kim Possible, Even Stevens, like stuff like that. But like now my little brother, he's like growing up on things like Bunked, Andy Mack, like, and it's so strange for me. Let me say what I like about Disney Channel now. The issues that they're tackling, I'm like, yes, this is what you teach kids. There was an episode of Andy Mack where Andy's mom and dad were gonna get married. They're gonna move into a house together. So he brings out this sign that he's gonna put on their front porch or something, and it says the Quinns, because Andy Mack's dad's last name is Quinn. And Andy and her mom were just like, the Quinns, like, we have to change our last name? And he was like, well, yeah, I thought, you know, we might want to do it to be a family. And then they both expressed how connected they felt to their last name. And then they all decided that they should just come up with one as a family. Like, can we normalize families deciding as a group what last name they want to have? I love that idea. Let everybody be in on the decision. I'm not saying that a woman who chooses to choose her husband's last name is oppressed in any way. I'm not saying it's wrong. Like, I believe in choice. Like, you should be able to choose taking your husband's last name. But I think that there's like a little bit of pressure on the idea of taking a man's last name. And I think we should normalize like talking about it and discussing it and talking about what last name that you guys want to have as a family after you have kids, before you have kids. Like, let's discuss it together. We're a family unit. I would love for my kids to grow up in a world where they hear messages like that on TV. Also, to be continued for the next video, how straight men think they're oppressed.